Yeah, rev up that bus, baby. Okay. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love this show because I've been able to bring you Sam Edelman and Mark Fisher. By the way, did you know that shoe shopping usually starts at 8 o'clock, Blair? And we started an hour early? You didn't know that? Yeah, ask Sean, my producer. He knows that. Ray, my director, did you know that? Yeah? Dan, did you know that? No, they didn't know when it started. Anyway, we have classics that you love, like Skechers, we have Ryko, we have Clark's coming up, but we also have some of the brands that you might, again, like, there should just be an extra charge for slipping on this boot. That's how good it feels. But I love being able to bring you brands that you might not know about. Maybe it was the Bernardo shoe that we showed you, or maybe it's Miz Mooz. But if you watch a lot of QVC, you probably know about Miz Mooz. Miz Mooz was started by a father and son. You can still visit their store in Soho in New York. Kind of like, why do women have to suffer for cute shoes? Why can't we give women really cool, inspired by New Yorkers, walking everywhere, up and down the, graded steps to the subway, walking everywhere. That's why I call them my New York shoes when I visit my daughter. This is called the Leighton, and it is brand new, and it is gorgeous. And we usually don't have many to go around, but it's also the only order of the year. And Miz Mooz, which if you search them out, again, are this amazing brand. We have it for you in black. If you want the black, and we have medium and wide width, which we rarely ever have wide in Miz Mooz. So if you want the black, we only have, 150 in the medium and 100 in the wide. And this is the only order of the year. So it just arrived. It's brand new. And oh, by the way, remember I said put it in your cart and click checkout? Like if you put this in your cart and it was sold out, we're done because it won't come back until next year. And by the way, this is Ocean. Do we love Ocean? Medium width, 125, wide width, 6 dozen. So the Ocean in the 6 dozen. Yeah, that means there is a blink of an eye of people watching right now who can get that. So please rush if you have a wide foot and you want that in the Ocean. And then Brandy, which I have on, 150 in the medium, 100 in the wide. That is nothing in shoe shopping speak. And I know this is an investment, but you're investing in incredible leathers, handcrafted elegance. And I'm going to tell you a story about Miz Mooz boots in a second. If you watch me all the time, you know the story. I'm boring. I repeat myself. Okay, so here is the size chart. Okay, so again, born and bred in New York City. If you are like me, size 7, you might get the 37. But if you want to wear a sock with it, and you usually go up to a 7.5, then get the 38. No worries, because we've got free exchanges. And we also have anybody can return to the end of January. For instance, if you are a regular 9, you're going to a slightly narrower 9, get the 39. If you're a little bit of a wider 9, get the 40. Same thing for the 9.5. If your foot's more of a medium or slightly narrower 9.5, get the 40. A little bit on the wider side, get the 41. But again, we're super limited. So I have to tell you about these boots. So I think Miz Mooz, this is going to go on their 5th winter. So I invested in a boot. Full disclosure, it was for me. It was a lace-up boot in Brandy, and it was an investment. It was expensive, but I thought, okay, this is a great boot. I got it home, and my younger daughter Deirdre was like, okay, I don't know, going somewhere, doing something. I'm like, do you want to borrow my boots? She put them on. They fit her perfectly. They look great on her. What did I do as mom? I said, girl, they're yours. She has not bought another brown boot since. She will not need another brown boot for years. And it's kind of her signature boot. She wears them a lot. She's, a mover and a shaker and a dancer. She wears them hard. That is a boot that I invested in, and I don't know when she's going to need another brown boot. So if you get caught in the $50 boot or $100 boot and then you wear it out or you scuff it up, I mean, these are made of leathers that are so gorgeous. They are meant to be worn. And how cool is this? It gives the look of lacing, but all of this is done, again, stitched together, but has to be done by hand. You have a lot of goring in the back. Look at the quality of that leather, and you do not have to be someone that has to teeter on a high heel in order to be cool. This is one of those brands that are super cool. So, only order of the year just arrived. Look how cool Blair is in that Ocean. If you wear a medium width foot, 250 to go around for the year. And again, if you're gifting it for Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, birthdays, anniversaries, you can return them to the end of January. If you want the wide footbed, we have fewer than 200. And let me tell you, I would say like a fraction of the Miz Mooz boots, and this one is new for our holiday shopping season, even is available in the wide width. So, you know how it is when like there's something you can't have and you really, really, really want it. It's like you're on a certain like diet and you're like, oh my gosh, I really want a peanut butter parfait. And then you go get it and you're like, yeah, it wasn't as good as I remember as I was a kid. No, this is the case where you really, really, really want a beautiful shoe and then you get it and you're like, oh my gosh. The other thing I want to talk is the weight. Because I learned from an expert in the shoe business years ago that shoes can look exactly alike, but they can weigh substantially more. And my dad was the son of an Italian shoemaker, so I talk about that a lot. And my Rudy would say, kid, why do they make these shoes so heavy? Like he knew, like who wants extra weight on their feet when they're walking? This is lightweight. It is beautifully made. It is all done in leather. You have a leather-lined footbed and then a soft micro suede on the inside. Look at all that goring, but like, look what I can do to this leather. It is just mush. And if you want to know how high it is, it's actually about 6 7/8 inches. So it's almost more of like a mid-calf. I love that it's a little higher than the ankle, but if you are gifting it, you don't have to worry about like, oh my gosh, what is her calf circumference? And if you have a wide calf, you can always shop backwards at QVC and at QVC.com, which means go to item recently on air and click that, because we had a Mark Fisher boot that is now limited that just got dropped down to a great price today, and that is actually in medium and wide calf. So we had 700 of this gorgeous Miz Mooz. We only have about 300 left. That means we have 150 left in the medium width and 130 in the wide, and that is it. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but shoe shopping usually starts at 8 o'clock. So, in case you didn't know that, I'm going to be reminding you that shoe shopping usually starts at 8 o'clock at night. See, I never had a baby brother, so my producer, Sean Hagen, is the baby brother that I can torture mercilessly and do it over and over and over again on live national television. But all kidding aside, and the sad thing is the poor man can't even answer back, right? Because he's upstairs. We need to get you a speaker, Sean, so you could just like bellow into shoe shopping. So we're getting dwindling now, and this is the only order of the year, and it's the only Miz Mooz in the show. What a fun show we're having. Okay, so a long time ago at 7 o'clock, which is where we normally don't start